I,
You're gonna laugh at my Cloak and Dagger
why?
counterpart. Because I couldn't think of anything for Cloak and Dagger, so I came up with a show about Raven and Starfire. Because I'm like, the power sets are kind of similar. Not really, but sure.
Close enough. That's not the worst idea.
Because it's like there's only so many characters. Because like you have like the obvious ones like Superman and Sentry or like Green Arrow and a Hawkeye. Like you have the super obvious ones. But then when you're doing every single one for every single character, the counterparts dwindle.
Allow to place during your session. Yes. Friends only. Invite Frang. Yanni Janssen.
Alright. Yeah, it's been. I will say, even though. Because honestly, even the ones that have like really bad counterparts, it's kind of like fun to do. Like, how can I make this work?
Mm-hmm.
You know? Because I did. What were the other ones? I mean, for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I did Soldiers of Argus.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, the closest. Obviously, the closest counterpart I could do for that was, Argus, because that was the only thing that came up. I mean, they both have abbreviated things.
But also have done Agents of
And
Atlas to an extent.
yeah. Then
I
for
left you a message on the side of the truck. Well, rude. How dare you?
my jet stream goes 88 miles per hour.
I just let's do quick introductions. Like, hey everybody, we're doing Power Wash Simulator again. Now we're doing the Back to the Future levels because we're nerds.
Hopefully we won't get sued.
Why would we get sued?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
You're using Back to the Future, and you know how universal can be.
fair. But we are using stuff put out by other people who are using it, so we'll have to take it up with them.
That's fair enough.
Make it a clash action lawsuit. And then we'll get the rights to the Back to the Future, and we can make Back to the Future 5.
Please God, no.
It'll be so good that it doesn't even need a 4.
I mean, the Telltale game kind of counts as 4.
True. But no, we would write 5. We'd also write 4 and not do it, so the lore is still accurate to whatever we would have done in 4.
Can't just be an asshole about it. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, just pull a Quantum and Woody. It's fine.
I don't know what you're referencing.
Quantum and Woody was like a Valiant comic, and it got canceled. It was like from like V2, from like the Acclaim era, and it got canceled and then got brought back. And so the first issue that they did, rather than just picking it up where it left off, was the issue that they would have put out if it hadn't gotten canceled. So it jumps from issue like 20 something to like 32, and it was like part 3 in the middle of a story. And then they started putting out the normal issues again, and then it got canceled again before they reached that point.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah, it's a bad book anyway, so is no.
It's fine.
Nobody cares.
Speaking of people not caring, so another thing got me angry this morning when I woke up. Another, David Zaslav-ism, because he's a fucking sack of shit that doesn't care about anything in regards to movies, and he's my mortal nemesis now.
What did he do that was so bad?
So, I don't know if you know the lore of this, but do you know of the Coyote versus Acme movie that's supposed to come out?
I vaguely recall hearing about it.
So what happened is it was another one of those movies that was like, okay, it's gonna get Batgirled, let's just write it off for taxes and delete the fucking thing. But then people who went to go see it for test audiences screenings were like, no, this is actually really fucking good. You have something really good on your hands. Fucking release it, you cowards. And they're like, fine, we'll shop it around. And then so they shopped it around. The movie cost $70 million. So So Warner Brothers was like, okay, let's try to sell it for 75 million because, let's try to make a profit. And none of the studios wanted it, like Paramount, Netflix, like usual suspects.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, fine. Clearly nobody wants to buy this shit, so we're just going to write it off. Problem is, they were like, all the fucking studios were asking for like $40 million for the movie. Sure, $30 million loss. Then they wanted to write it off for a tax return for $40 million. So it's like, why not just sell the fucking movie? We get to see it, and you get to make a little bit of money off of it that you were going to do if you just, wrote it off and deleted the fucking thing. Because, people worked hard on this movie. The little people that, like, actually had jobs to do and were really proud of this from a filmmaking standpoint. Yeah, remember those people? Nah, fuck them.
Those
we're
people.
Just up for the same amount of money because we're stupid.
It's literally just that Pro CD clip, fucking, I want money!
But it's just like, it just doesn't make sense to me because it's like, okay, I get it. You're a business. You want to make as much money as you can. Fine. But at, like, the same time, it's like you're going to make the same amount of money anyway. So why not just have people see the movie?
Well, because then they could critique them, and then they'll feel bad about themselves. Do you want little Jimmy, film director, to then, be distraught at people not liking his film, and then he never wants to make a movie again?
People said it was good, though. That was the thing.
People will still say it was bad. It doesn't matter how good a movie is. It always has, like, 10% of the people who see it saying they hate it. And that's the 10% most people listen to for some reason.
Yes.
I think about the number of movies you have seen that are really good that everyone is like, oh no, it's shit.
Yeah, what do you think our friendship is built on?
Yeah, but at least I give reasons for it. Most people are just like, nah, it's stupid. It's bad, because I say so. Speaking of bad, have you watched Crisis Part 1 yet?
No, but I have heard mixed things.
DC needs to get off of Barry's dick.
I know, you mentioned that before.
Because, literally, it's just a fucking Flash movie. His role in the original story was relatively minimal, but extremely important. They were like, no, we can't have this nice thing that everybody loves. We have to make it all about him the entire movie. Fuck you. And also connect it back to Darkseid War, because you have to remember that movie exists, you assholes.
It's like, do they just reference it as sort of like, oh, this thing happened?
No, Constantine from Darkseid War is Pariah. Yeah.
I mean, it can't be any worse than what the CW did to Crisis on Infinite Earths.
So far, CW's was at least a little bit better. Like, it could improve with the latter two movies, but they also covered, like, 2/3 of the story in the first movie. So I don't know how they're getting a 3-part movie thing out of this.
The last issue is going to be the whole third movie, because you gotta make it super epic.
Plus, they also were like, oh, remember that the Terrible Legion movie exists, because they made Supergirl Harbinger for some reason. And then Dawnstar is there, like she's supposed to be, and they call Brainiac, and like, hey, could you help us with this? And the Monitor, he's like, oh no, I am of a race of monitors, which I literally said, fuck you. Because fuck you. And
I mean, isn't that true, though?
Yes, but not in the original story. It was a stupid retcon that everyone hated.
Okay, cool, okay.
Like, unless they're going to include Bob the Monitor, I don't care. But, no, and then they talk to Brainiac, and then they fuck with time to, like, in the universes to stop, the wall of antimatter, and they're like, oh, the people from the future are disintegrating because the future doesn't happen now, and it's so sad. I was like, if only that movie didn't suck so I'd care.
Yeah, I know. I still want to watch the rest of the Tomorrowverse movies because I'm still curious. Like, I still want to judge for myself, you know?
Like most of them are
So,
fine. Like the Legion movie, as a movie, it's fine. I'm just
I know it kills
personally
off a character you really like. Isn't that what happened?
no, they evilized the character. I love the Legion in general, and it just sucked. Like they took a character, made him evil. They did the whole relationship with Brainiac and Supergirl, not because they gave them any chemistry, but because it's what's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And it's just
The
like
worst thing to do.
exactly. And then once again, just like when they did Justice League versus the Fatal Five, oh, we're making a movie with the Legion in it, and the fucking Legion doesn't show up until the last 5 minutes. Like,
Oh, that's fun.
exactly, like you had an excuse for it at least with the other one, because it wasn't about them, it was just like a minute crossover. This was the movie with their name on it. And they're barely in it.
I don't get why, like, DC's, maybe you can answer it because you know better than I do, but like I don't get why like DC's like weirdly embarrassed by the Legion of Superheroes. Like, sure, we have like the animated series,
Which is
like,
great.
which yeah, but like I feel like in recent memory it's like Legion, and then because I know they fucked it up in Supergirl because Supergirl always fucked everything up.
Correct.
Supergirl, and then they had this, and then they had Fatal Five, so it's like. I don't know why DC's like embarrassed by the Legion of Superheroes because I feel like that's so ripe for great storytelling opportunities in terms of not just a movie but like a series. I don't know. It just like seems like so, and like it just seems so fun because it's like for me, for what I know about it, it's like the personification of the Silver Age in the best ways.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why not do that? It's like they're fun. It's like plus like a positive view of the future. Isn't that good? We want to see that.
Oh, fuck
God
that.
forbid
We're a
not everything
nihilistic future society.
Yeah, like even they fucking made Star Trek nihilistic. It's like it's like fuck off.
I feel
Yeah,
like
because that's what I want to see from Star Trek.
I feel like probably one of the main reasons is just because it's perceived as so goofy because of like, starting in the Silver Age, because it was actually DC's first Silver Age team. Like technically they predate the Justice League.
Yeah.
And so it's just like it's so stupid. Plus it's teenagers, and there are a lot of people who are just like, oh, I don't give a shit about teenagers. They don't have faith in it doing well with the wider audience.
Most popular superhero in the fucking world started out as a teenager.
Well, yeah, started out as a teenager, didn't stay a teenager.
He was a teenager for a fucking while.
Still. You're talking about Spider-Man, right? Yeah, he was in college by the end of the 60s. He was a teenager for
we know,
about a
Steve
decade.
Ditko made him into an and ran objectivist fucking mouthpiece.
Well, yeah, he did that with
The
everything.
thing we'd all like to forget.
That's why I don't hold him in as high regard as I do other people from then, because like he's really overrated. Well, it's not just that. His art is not that good when compared to many of his contemporaries.
Like, I saw this picture that he did of like Superman, and it looked terrible.
No, you want to see the
It
best
looked
example?
so bad.
The best example I've ever seen of it. Read, or at least flip through the original run of Hawk and Dove. It's only like 6 issues. He did the first couple issues, and then Gil Kane took over for the rest of it. It's like night and day. Like, it suddenly went from looking like mediocre schlock to holy shit, this looks fantastic. And it's like, why? Why is this man held? Because he made Spider-Man. That's the only reason anyone knows who the fuck he is.
And the thing is, he did make a lot of characters, but it's kind of like with Rob, not quite as bad, but it's kind of like with Rob Liefeld with Deadpool. It's like, oh, Rob Liefeld Rob Liefeld created a generic hitman assassin, and only later writers made him the character he is today.
Yeah, it's the same way with like the Question and the Creeper.
Yeah, Question, Creeper, Doctor Strange, like all of his best characters were made better by later writers and artists.
Yeah. Like, as far as the Question goes, Denny O'Neil did, like, most of that legwork.
Right. What was the Easter egg on this one, by the way? Because I'm trying to get all the Easter eggs now.
I don't think there was one on this one. If there was, it was, like, do a specific... Hold on, let me look at the achievement list.
Yeah, because I need to... Because I missed the first... I think I missed the first 3. I missed the... DeLorean going back in time and coming back.
Oh yeah, that one. That one's just you gotta wait. Yeah, I don't think there's one on the truck. There's in the clock tower, ring the bell. In
Didn't
the
do that
in the
one.
Holomax Theater, activate the holographic shark and clean the grid wall first.
Yeah.
And then on the train, clean the flux capacitor and particle collider first. So yeah, I don't think there's one on here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get those achievements. I want to start to be an achievement hound, I guess.
I want to be a super for real gamer. So yeah, I can't. Abbott Elementary started recently, and it's so good. Like the premiere was fantastic. Although clearly, the chick who plays Melissa, she either got like a breast enlargement or a waist ensmallment. Like it was super noticeable.
In like a good way or a bad way?
She still looks fine. It's just like, why did you do that to yourself? You already looked fantastic.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you know how it is with,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
It
I mean,
be
we
what
did
it be.
talk about this before. I think it was like during like one of the first episodes of when we were doing
Harry
Chamber
Potter.
of Secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it was like it's just sort of like this really heavy, sort of like complicated thing with a lot of nuance because
Mhm.
it's like
That's
it's one thing where
it
it's
be
like
what it be.
we as outsiders see mainly women, but like men and women, like we see them like, oh, you're good the way you are. Why are you doing this to yourself? But then there's also the just sort of societal thing or mental issues of like, oh, I'm never going to be pretty enough and that all that. And it's just like it's just so complicated where it's like I can't judge, but it's like, oh, you were good before, you were pretty before, like I don't know why, but it's like I don't know what issues you're going through. So it's sad,
Like,
but
if she's happy with it,
so,
it's fine. That's what matters. So whatever.
yeah, it's like I feel really bad for I feel so bad for Erin Moriarty because again, that was like one of the things where like she got like a lot of plastic surgery and it just eclipses
I
what
fucking
she
hate
was
shit
before.
Like this.
Oh yeah, this was the
With
worst.
all like the fucking nooks and crannies. God damn it.
But yeah, she was very beautiful, and I mean she's still a beautiful woman now, but I feel like the plastic surgery just didn't. It looked like she went to a bad plastic surgeon, and that's a shame. And then, but now everyone's just like totally just ripping her a new one. It's like if she has like a fucking issue with how she looked, then like
You're
then
making
whatever.
it worse. Yeah, by
You're
doing
making it
that.
even worse. It's like
And she's
it's
gonna
like,
go
oh,
get more
look.
of it, and it's gonna come out even worse than that. And it's just gonna start a vicious cycle.
Yeah, and then it's like gonna be like people are like, oh, they're planning a new He-Man movie. Well, it looks like they got Skeletor already. It's like, dude, come on, man. Like, I've made those jokes before in the past, and I'm like, and then I immediately felt terrible. I'm like, I feel like the worst human right now.
Yeah, that's why I withhold those jokes for actors that are known for being just like terrible people.
Yeah.
Like if Benedict Cumberbatch got like a really bad plastic surgery, I wouldn't fucking hold back.
Is he an asshole?
Yeah, he's said like awful things about the disabled. He's been racist. He treats people on sets like shit. Yeah, he's well known as being an asshole.
I didn't know that, but okay.
That amazes me. It's like one of the most well known things about him.
I don't really pay attention to Benedict Cumberbatch that much.
Neither do I, but I still heard about it because especially during Doctor Strange. I was just like, everyone was talking about it. It's like, oh yeah, that's why he's great at playing assholes. He's just being himself.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ezra Miller and Amber Turd are great at playing assholes. They're just playing themselves.
Oh, speaking of Marvel stuff, I finally started playing Midnight Suns, and it's so good.
Yeah.
Like the writing.
You've been constantly talking about it. I'm like, oh, let me see. I kind of want to get this. Is $60. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'll
It's like
stick
it's
with
fair.
Sims for now.
It's so good because it's like a tactical RPG, like an XCOM style one, and I really like that kind of game. And it works well for like a superhero thing, because it allows you to use any kind of hero without having to like nerf any of them to fit. Like you could have if a DC did one, you could have like Superman and Orion and other big guns with Robin.
No, we can't have a Superman game, Tim. We can never have a Superman game. fuck you for even mentioning that, you idiot.
Even though we've had many.
No, I know.
Not as many as other people, but still.
It's just joke because like there was like the whole thing that like Rocksteady wanted to make a Superman game.
Yeah, I know.
And then they made Kill the Justice League instead, and that turned into a shit pile. And they're like, no, we never intended to make a Superman game. And it's like, okay, you're saving your ass. Calm the fuck down.
Oh, but no. But I was talking about why I wanted to talk about it is because it's so well written. Like all the characters are like really like in character. Especially because, you got Magic and Nico from the Runaways in there, which, like, those are my girls, so I take it very seriously. Oh, also, on the point of DC, because I just heard about this, because, Peacemaker is going to be DLC for Mortal Kombat 1, which is big incentive for me to get Mortal Kombat 1. Like, literally, 3 of, like, the 4 DLC characters are comic characters, because they got him, Omni-Man, and Homelander. But I saw a thing about that. It's like, oh yeah, it's gonna come out like near the end of February, because the second season is gonna come not too long after, and I'm excited. Yeah, the Peacemaker show is stupid, but I love it.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna start watching, even though I don't like what they did to Peacemaker. I like John Cena too much.
Yeah, because he's fun.
In the past few years, I just like, he seems like a nice, wholesome boy.
There's actually a video.
He's, like, genuinely funny.
No, there was this video I saw of it was him like wearing a suit and having tea with like an elderly lady. And he's like, "Oh, I'm a bit of a rabble rouser." It was so good. Where the fuck is the rear flux boxes?
It's somewhere back there.
I know, but I have the thing set to find it. Nothing is glowing.
Hold on, let me see on my end. Let's see.
Fucking.
Okay.
This scrubber vent reclamation pipe. So rear something. Rear body. Reaction control unit. God damn it!
Oh, it's under here. It was this thing.
Haha! Yeah! And now you want to wait like a minute for it to come back?
Yeah.
Okay. But, I fully understand not liking what they did with Peacemaker, because, like, I'm not, like, a big Peacemaker fan, but it is stupid. I have a bigger issue with what they did with Vigilante more than Peacemaker.
Yeah, that was another reason why I didn't want to watch the show, because I was like, what did they do to you, man?
Hold on.
I mean, Arrow already fucked him
John,
up.
hold on. Alright, so as you were saying?
Yeah, like, I mean, again, I'm not gonna act like I'm, like, a big Vigilante fan or anything.
Neither am I. It's just like it was just stupid. He's like, oh, let's make him Deadpool.
Just like, why?
Oh, wait, can I actually put? Yeah, yo.
Oh my god, that's awesome. That's really funny. Honestly, good on them.
No evidence.
They even have the license plate. Nice touch. There it is. Yeah. Yay.
Get it.
I got the achievement. Okay, we're good to go. I almost got hit by the car. Luckily, I have plot armor.